you're hurting, and when you're in pain, and when you don't feel like worshiping. And that's a tough one because, you know, let's be honest, we go through pain, we go through suffering in our lives, and sometimes it's just not the first thing that you think about in those times to worship God. It's actually difficult and it's hard to do that. And one of the things that kind of came to mind as I was processing her question, I was very, very challenged by it because I feel like that sometimes. And as I was processing her question, I thought, you know what, maybe God is more honored by our worship when we worship Him in the pain and in the valley than when we worship Him on the mountain.
Amen.
And so I don't know where you're at tonight, but I just want to encourage you with the fact that God is with us in the valley. And I read something just recently out of a book called Fear No Evil by this guy David Watson, who actually wrote this book while he was dying of cancer. He died about a month or two after he finished this book. And I wanted to read this to you tonight. Suffering can often produce great depths of character, mature understanding, warm compassion, and rich spirituality. We should rejoice that in heaven we shall finally be set free from all pains and tears. But suffering can make us more like Christ. The sparkling radiance of a diamond is caused by a lump of coal subjected to extreme pressure and heat over a long period of time. Again, a beautiful pearl emerges when an oyster has to cover an irritating object with layer upon layer of smooth mother-of-pearl lining taken from its own body. When we suffer in various ways, God is able to use all the pressures and irritations to reveal something of His radiance and beauty in our lives.
Awesome.
And I just want to encourage you that, man, I've had a real difficult last year. This last year of my life has just been very, very challenging. And I don't know if you're in that spot tonight, but I just want to encourage you that there's a purpose in the pain, that there's hope, because God's doing, He will use that pain in your life to make you even more beautiful. And I met some people last year in Rwanda that were living that out. I went to Rwanda to meet a child that I sponsored there named Sam through a great ministry called Compassion. And I went to Rwanda having seen the movie Hotel Rwanda and knowing that they'd been through genocide, knowing that these people had literally walked through hell on earth. And I didn't know what I was going to see. But I tell you what, I found so much love and joy and hope in the midst of these people's brokenness, and I was just blown away. How could these people who have just been through this genocide so recently, how could so much healing have taken place in their lives so quickly? And I found out a few things about Rwanda. I found out the president is a Christian, the president of Rwanda. And because of his commitment to God and his commitment to peace, he's instituted a no revenge policy, which means he's encouraging people to forgive instead of take revenge on those that killed their families. And because these people are choosing to forgive and they're choosing to love, there's healing happening in their country. And I tell you, I really believe that there's a direct correlation in our lives between forgiveness and healing. So I'm going to sing a song that is all about forgiveness, and I just know that for some of us here tonight, God just wants to remind us that He stands offering His forgiveness, and all we have to do is come to Him and just say, Lord, I'm sorry, forgive me, purify my heart, and He will. Maybe some of you tonight, there's somebody that you need to forgive, some kind of pain that you've been holding on to, and this unforgiveness has just been tearing you apart inside, and I just encourage you, pray for God's strength to let it go tonight. He's the healer. This is a song called Forgive Me.